crafting. I see my cables hanging out here. I think that's better. Hopefully. So, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, coming to you on Wednesday, July 9th at 11:09 p.m. Let me get my other device set up so I can see if anybody is going to join me live. Alrighty. So, couple of quick things. There is a virtual album retreat next week, the 16th, 17th, and 18th. I will probably not have a live those nights because the online retreat runs from 3 p.m. my time until 10:30 or 2 p.m. It runs until like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. We'll see. Maybe I will be going live. We'll see. But anyway, it's 3 full days. Right now, if you tried to order the month by month virtual album kit, it's got everything you need for 12 2-page spreads. Covers a whole year. Everything you need is pre-cut. The die or the stamp sets there's 2 stamp sets. There's over 144 stamps in there, or 100. There's over 140. I don't remember exactly how many it is. I think that's right. There's a lot of stamps in it, so you'll be able to use that long after you've done the online retreat. If you haven't purchased it and you do like to scrapbook, you can still purchase it. Your purchase, when you enter your email address, will be where you'll receive information on how to access this private event. And it will initially be on Facebook, and then eventually they will transfer the video to YouTube. So, little plug for that. I'm kind of excited about it. I don't do a whole lot of scrapbooking, and I've never done any formal classes on how to do scrapbooking, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how they have some of the tips. So, anyway, I am getting ready to go to our Great Lakes demonstrator event. I will be leaving tomorrow. I will see. Hopefully I'll do a video tomorrow night. We'll see. Friday night, again, we'll see if I do anything or not, because I will be out of town. Sometimes it's more of a challenge when I'm out of town because I have to plan things to make. So tonight, I thought I would pull out a kit. I have had this kit literally for months, and it's been sitting in my studio space, and I just haven't put it together. Not because I didn't like it, because I bought it, but just that I haven't taken the time to do it. So this is a smaller square box than we might normally see for a kit. But if you looked at the title, this is a Happy Houseplants Kit, okay? And everything you need is in the box. So here's the packet of things that you'll need for the kit, and you also get 4 little frames. So let's go ahead and open up these frames. I'm going to get the box out of here. I thought I could hang these up in my studio space for when I have classes, because I thought they were cute. So the frames already have the little hanger on it if you want, or they have the stand where you can just stand them up. Oh, and they even have protective, there's a protective coating on the plexiglass so that they don't get all scratched up. That's pretty awesome. You don't see that every day. All right, so there's our 4 frames. And they're probably like a 1/2 inch. Yeah, a little under a 1/2 inch. So they're not going to stand out real far from your wall. And then let's see what the rest of the kit contains. I wasn't sure if I would do all of these or if I would just do a couple of them. But with the kits, the nice thing about the kits is that you get everything you need. Adhesive, if they're stamping, you will get blocks. This kit comes with everything we need to make our decor. So there's some matting frames on here. So there's 4 matting frames. And then all of the pieces we need. Get rid of some more debris. And it doesn't really look like it should take that long to make. So let's just dive in and see here. So the first one we're working on is, so that's, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna get these out of the way for now. All right, so it's showing we need this piece with the 5 little aloe things. And I'm trying to understand what this stands for. It's showing something curved, but I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be for this. Well, let's take a look at this picture again. It does show that like the little pot is a little rounded and those branches seem like they're a little rounded. So let's go ahead, and they recommend just using a pen to, I guess we'll go like this, to roll some of the edges. That worked pretty good. So then we're going to turn this over. So this is showing this piece. Sometimes I think I try to make these too complicated. So this piece we're turning over and we're putting 3 dimensionals on here. Do that very good. 1, 2, 3. Kits make great gifts, I think. And my granddaughter loves doing kits with me too. So they're easy for even the kids to do. All right, so this piece is right here. And we're going to flip that over and we're going to put 3 dimensionals on that one. I don't think you really need 3 though. There's hardly room for 3. All right. And then this piece, looks like it's this one. We need 4 dimensionals on the back. So this is a no stamping kit, which is kind of nice when you just want to do some things quickly and you don't want to spend a whole lot of time prepping things. So let's go ahead. It looks like step 2 was to put this one on. So let's go ahead and put this one on. Hello, Fifi. Welcome. I am taking it easy tonight and I'm doing a kit. Happy Houseplants. Oh, it's nice and clear tonight. Yeah, it had to have been from the storms last night because there were storms in the area. But we weren't getting any storms actually by us. But my husband actually, when I was talking to, I was mentioning my video, and I think he commented on, he watches them for me after the fact. He's so sweet. But I think he commented on the blurry, or I talked about it being blurry, that I started the video over a couple of times. And he said, yeah, the internet had gone out for about 5 minutes. So I think I might have kind of gotten lucky, or it was going out when I was rebooting everything. Okay. So here's that piece. This frame is going to go on here, and we're going to put it in a frame. So this does have some dimension on here, but then my concern is if you've got the plexiglass to put on it, you kind of lose the dimension of this because it'll get squished. So I'm wondering if I should watch the video maybe and see, maybe you just leave that glass off of there. So there is a video here. So if you click on these QR codes, I have a ton of kits that I haven't put together, Fifi. That's crazy. I see them and I think they're cute, and sometimes I'll get them and I use them for my classes. But this one I got, and I just hadn't done anything with it, so I thought I would do it. So there is another QR code here with the instructions for this kit. So I think I'll watch that and just see what they do with that glass, or the plexiglass. All right. So the other thing that I have seen, or had seen some time ago, was like to take, instead of having this as just a white frame, because these are pretty, they're kind of plain. All right. They'll probably look great once I put them in the frame and hang them. But what about making a mat like out of this paper? So let's see how that looks. So this is 6 by 6, and then well, let's see exactly how far this is. So this is 7/8. So let's just take a gander here and see what it would look like with this framed. So I could get all 4 of these out of one sheet of Designer Series paper if I wanted to do them all the same. So then if we go 7/8, all right, I'm getting there. Let's just, I'm almost done. Ooh, that worked out really good. All right, so let's, now I could still attach it onto here for a little stability, but look at that. I really like that. Let's just put it in and see what it looks like in the frame. And I'm going to take this piece out. It's very thin, but if I put that in there, it's going to squash my design. So I think I'm just going to leave it out. All right. All right. Ta-da! I like it. I like it. And then you could always put, I don't know, some Wink Stella on here maybe, or even if you did like blending brushes to soften up some of that white. There's a lot you could do with these, really. You know, this looks like that plant stand is just sitting in midair. But you could easily do a little blending brush on there, so I could take these apart and add just a little. just to make it look like it's sitting on something. So I'm not using this, but I might hang on to this. So this has a protective sheet on it that comes off. So that might be nice for like a shaker card even, just hang on to that. All right, let's see what the next one holds. All right, number 2. These are pretty quick. So we're gonna go with this one. And again, so here's the sheet too. I should have looked at this before. So this first couple of pages shows you the pieces that you need for each frame. And then I went right into the instructions because I went to the wrong side of the paper apparently. But I'm even lucky I'm following the instructions because usually I don't. All right, so it looks like we're gonna need this piece and this piece. And you can see how nicely these are laser cut. They're pretty much falling out. So I don't need those for this one. I don't need this for this one, but I need these two, it looks like. And I don't need that, but I'm gonna hang on to it in case there's something I didn't see. All right, so again, it's telling me to take my pen and roll this. And that's not something I usually do. That's an interesting concept. I usually take my bone folder, but again, these are kits that, you know, would be perfect for maybe a new crafter or somebody who doesn't want to buy all the things and maybe they don't have a bone folder. But if I were to have my bone folder, I would do something like this and just kind of curve these a little bit and then gently curve them so that I don't rip anything, because that's quite kind of my speed too. All right, so this piece looks like it has 4 dimensionals on it. I think we could have gotten by with mini dimensionals, but the kit comes with full-size dimensionals. Not quite a half sheet probably, but everything you need is in the kit. And then this one, it looks like this. We just need 3 up along here. So do you have this kit, Fifi, the Happy Houseplants, or not? I'm going to cut this dimensional because it's so big. Yeah, I had 2 of them as well. So now I'm going to have 1 opened, done. I'm just going to put a half one here because a whole one really seems like overkill. All right. And then we're going to put, looks like we want the pot to go on first. So again, I'm going to take my bone folder and just kind of shape this a little bit. Oh, that's probably where I got my second one. Yep, Celebration, now that you mentioned it, because that was an add-on bonus. And did you see Celebration is bye-bye. We're not going to have Celebration anymore. So for anybody who's watching, okay, this is calling for 3 dimensionals. So I'm actually kind of excited with the change for the Celebration replacement. I guess some people have already kind of mentioned that they're not real happy about it. I'm happy about it because over the last few years, my customers at least, and I know there's been some feedback from other customers that they're not interested in some of the things that are offered as rewards. So now that there's going to be this product of the month, that if you have your minimum purchase, you can get this product. I think they said for $5. I don't know if that's going to be every product in there or every month, if it's going to be the same thing. But how cool is that? That, I think I'm doing this correctly. No, this one goes on first. See, I'm talking and crafting at the same time. So this one's going to go on first. So anyway, we'll be able to get a special item every month. And oh, so it'll depend on the product of the month. Yeah, I didn't read the announcement really closely. How cool is this? I love this. But anyway, I think it's going to be good because that way, you know, customers can make their own celebration. You know, if they don't like a product one month, you know, they can go ahead and make an adjustment. Now this is going to cover a lot of the pot there, but that's how it shows on the picture. And that's kind of how ivies like this are. All right, so, oh, I probably shouldn't have put this one in the frame because then I could use this frame as my sample. But let me cut another one. All right, so 7/8. I'll try to be quick. And this one I won't put together so that I can use it to show my sample. I'm really pleased with how quickly this kit's going together. I probably should have done it a long time ago. All right, so there's my other piece. Now we've got this. We can still use this mat for some stability. So that'll go in here. I love this. But I think I will add maybe some Wink of Stella to the leaves here because I think Wink of Stella makes almost everything better. And then I'll probably add some gems to these, quite honestly, because I think it would look nice. All right, so let's look at number 3. So number 3 is this one. Ooh, there's like nothing here. And we're going to use this one and this one and this one. Yeah, these are turning out, I think, cuter than what it looks like online. You know, when you see it or even when you open the box, it's like, oh, okay. All right, so again, it's saying to use my pen to roll some of the leaves. So we'll roll some of the leaves with my pen. That might be one of my new little things here because I don't do it with my pen. But it works. All right. And it does actually show 2 of them, so maybe I'm supposed to do both of them on this one. I don't know if that's what it showed. No, these others it just showed 1, so whew, I guess I'm doing all right. All right, so the product of the month, if it doesn't sell out, I imagine probably the first few months they might sell out on a lot of things just because it's going to be new and fun. And then things will settle into kind of what people's purchase habits will be. All right, so let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on here. And I am going to use the edges. Just because they're smaller and you really don't need a whole dimensional on this, really. You really don't. All right. So that's going to go right on. You probably can't see my instructions, huh? It's going to go right on. That's the first step. And I probably should have curled that just a little bit. So this looks like it needs to be like this. So this leaf is partially covered by the basket. And then this one, we're going to put some dimensionals looks like on the edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these too. Yeah, I did see the frequently asked questions sheet. I just didn't take the time to look at it. So I thought the original description or information they gave was pretty beneficial. So for anybody else who pops into this for the replay, Fifi and I are talking about the fact that Celebration is not going to be a thing anymore for January and February. Interest in Celebration has declined over the last several years. So let's see how this is supposed to go like this. So Stampin' Up! Has been exploring to see what would be a better option. And this product of the month is it. This is a really cute kit. Now, aren't you inspired, Fifi, to get yours done? I think you should be. Put it on your to-do list. I am having a coffee and a card event for the first time. Oh, I guess that was here. I'm going to move this one over here. Later this month, I'm going to have a coffee and a card at a relatively new coffee shop near me. I'm in a kind of semi-rural area, so it's not like it's the next block, but it's pretty close. A few minutes away. We're not real big. I thought part of what I'm going to do is one of the kits, I'm going to break it up a little bit. And this is going kind of like this. How cute is this? I love it. That's adorable. All right, so now let's take this. So anyway, I thought I would take some of my kits, but I'm also breaking up a kit, and that's what we're going to be working on. And it's the one kit that had all the white cards in it. I don't know if you did that, if you get a lot of kits, but I thought they were gorgeous when I put them together. All right, so here's this one. And again, you know, I could put some Wink of Stella on these leaves, a couple of gems maybe, but I really like this. All right, let's go to the last one here. So the last one is this card. We're going to take these and we're going to roll them with the pen. All right. Well, I'm glad you're kind of inspired to do your kit. This is really quite cute. Way better in person than they were online, let me tell you. Or even looking at the box, because I'm like, well, I mean, I ordered it because I thought they were cute and I thought it would be fun to do, but it's even better in person. And if not for these pre-printed designs on here, you know, if these were all elements that you added, you could do a different backing sheet too, but the way it's designed, obviously you can't do that. But you could do some blending. So this one goes right on the base of the card. So it shows that the dimensionals go on the edges, but I'm going to do them a little bit more on the inner piece because nothing has to go down in between. And that'll force my edges to kind of stay down instead of lifted from the dimensionals, because I want the pot rounded. So that looks pretty good right there. And then this piece with 4, we're going to put some dimensionals on each of these big sections, it looks like. So if I wasn't chit-chatting, it would probably go quite a bit faster, but I'm not really a fast stamper either. Aside from being a messy stamper, I'm also a putsy stamper. So those look like they're going to go there. And then this one, we've got a dimensional here and one here. And then this one's done already too. Yeah, I mean, this is my time to relax. I don't want to have to race through making things. Look at that. Holy cow. And again, if I were to put the plexiglass piece on top of here, to me, it's just going to squish all that dimension. These are really, really cute. I really like them. So anyway, yeah, it's crafting is my putsy time. I'm in my happy place. And to me, that's how it should be. All right, so I'm going to cut these other pieces quick, hopefully quick, just so I can kind of line these all up. And again, if we were to cut a mat, you're just going 6 by 6, and then you're going to trim it 7. You're going to leave a 7/8 inch border. So if you move it to, in fact, why don't I do this on camera? Oh yeah, love the memory notebook. That's really cute too. And making cards out of it. Yeah, yeah. All right, so what I did was I took my 6 by 6 and then I'm lining my page up here to the 7/8 inch. And if I start here at 7/8 and then go down to 5 1/8, that leaves 7/8 inch behind. And then I'll turn it and again put it at the 7/8. And then I leave my cutting blade right down at the 5 1/8 and then take it back up to the 7/8. I think I went far enough. And look at that. All right, so there's one. Here's 2. Oh, yeah. And I need to do one more. Yeah, I actually don't think I finished that kit. I think I started it. Yeah, I like it with the extra pop of color in there. It kind of makes the plant stand out a little bit to me. And I mean, if you look at the picture, they're very clean and crisp looking here, but I like a more earthy, the earthy tones with it, I guess. And you could really use a bunch of other papers, but this was one that I had handy. And really, I had thought that one of the other papers in this set, like this paper, I thought might have looked good also, although there's not a whole lot of contrast. But all the papers I had left, I thought this one was the best. So the thing with this one, and I did it with one other project that I worked on, I put blending brushes on here and changed the tone. So I could have done like a green hue, you know, maybe lemon lime twist or something, some other color. But I like this one that's kind of like the little woven thing. This one I thought was going to be too busy. It might have been okay. I can cut one of those down too and just see. Let's just see what it looks like. So let's look at this one here. So that one actually looks pretty good too. And maybe I could mix and match them even. I think even though this is a bigger weave on that sheet, because it's lighter, it doesn't look like too much. So I think I'll do 2 of each, and then I'll do, yeah, not bad, right? I might kind of like that one better. Maybe I'll do a little survey. I usually put those on my Facebook page. I'll do pictures of everything that's done, and then I'll do a this or that. Do you like this one better or that one better? And kind of go with that. It is kind of hard to choose. And now that I'm seeing it, I think I might almost like this one better. Although the chairs in my studio space are a dark brown wood. So this one might be good, but they're going to be hanging up a little higher. So I think I'll leave it to a majority rules. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just do 2 of each. Let me just finish cutting this one quickly. Hopefully quickly. Almost done. One more cut. And luckily, I didn't even mess it up. All right, so let's set this aside. And here we go. So this whole kit, let me get this out of the way. And look at how many dimensionals I have left over. I still have a lot of dimensionals left over. I've got a couple of the mats, so obviously I missed putting a mat on something. I'll get rid of these extra pieces of paper. Yep, I'm thinking the lighter shade is the way to go. And they'll look more like this when it's actually in the frame, so it's going to look a little more finished. I really like that. I think the dark one is not my favorite anymore. I think the light one is. All right. So there we go. So all 4 of these really went together pretty quickly. And I think they're going to look very nice on my wall. And really, for what you get, you know, the frames and everything, if you got frames like this at the craft store, and then all the different, you'd have to get all the different papers, and you'd have to cut them down and find die cuts and all of that. The fact that this was $25 or Celebration, basically free. There we go. It almost looks like my picture is distorted a little bit. Like it's stretched out long. I don't know what the deal is. I restarted my phone yesterday and everything, thinking it was my phone rather than the internet. Ugh, I keep bumping this. I just kind of wanted to set these out, so I'll just have to put them all together. I'll do that. I'll do that before I put a picture on my Facebook page. So there we go. 4 of them. Yeah, well, I haven't really changed any of the settings, although I do see that some of the chats are showing up on my phone now, where a lot of times don't show on my phone. But anyway, thanks for popping in, Fifi. It's always nice chatting with you. And anybody else who's joining, either live throughout or on a replay, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel. And subscribe. Share it with your friends. I like to share what I do. So that's why I do these videos every night, because it's fun to share things and kick around some ideas. Fifi, you gave me a great idea, I think, the other night with using something metallic with those gold sequins, if I'm not mistaken. But it's fun to craft together. So until next time, happy crafting. And Fifi, go do your kit. I'll catch you next time. Have a good night.